Hi, everybody. It's August the 8th, 2020. Stories by Stuart, and I'm Stuart. So I was going to start with a story today about how I started finding my purpose, how I went to Kenya, and I realized before I could tell that story, I have to tell another story. I have to do an adding value story of finding your purpose. Now, everybody should be trying to find their purpose. And we all have a purpose. We're all created as humans, and so we know that we have potential. I'm going to use my little whiteboard and easel. It's what I use in Kenya. It's what works for me. And that's part of finding your purpose, finding what works for you. And so as a human, we're going to start out with P, and that stands for potential. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn this just a little bit. We got a little glare there, but I think you can see it. It's backwards, but just follow with me. And so because we have potential, we have to make an effort. There's so many people who want to go straight from potential to achievement. We'll put achievement down here. And they don't realize how many steps there are between our potential and our achievement. So the first step is we have to make an effort. Now, often we don't know what effort to make. And so we just start. Now, there are people who over-prepare, which I do recommend preparing the best you can with the information you have. There are people who never get started. They never put forth the first effort because they get what's called paralysis of analysis, and nothing's ever perfect enough, and so they just never get started. They never put forth the first effort. But then let's say that that's a very, very small percentage. Hopefully nobody listening to this has never started anything. So then when you put forth an effort, you get a result. So we're going to put result down here. Now, does every result result in an achievement or an accomplishment? No, we know that. Sometimes we get a result that we're not happy with. That's where too many people stop. And they say, well, it didn't work. I tried it and it didn't work for me. And that's the place to keep moving. Keep your momentum up. Try again. Go back up here, realize I have a potential because I'm a human. I'm going to put forth another effort. Make an adjustment. So we make our adjustment, we get another result. It's good to get results. We should get lots of results because a result is either moves us to achievement and accomplishment, or we can use it as a teaching. We can say, oh, I know, I need to do something a little different. I need to prepare. And by now we know where we need to prepare. So we read a book, we watch a YouTube video, we go to school, whatever it takes to prepare. And so we go back here and we prepare. I'm going to put a small p. I'm going to have to get a different marker if I'm going to do this very often. And we add some preparing to it. We go back and we make another effort. We get another result. We're not completely happy with it. Never, never, never give up. So we go back here and we sometimes have to add faith. I have to have faith that I have potential, and if I make another effort, I'm going to get a positive result. Sometimes that doesn't even work. So then what do? We make another effort. Because if you give up, if you quit, you're never going to get an accomplishment. So this is the difference right in here between successful people and unsuccessful people. Successful people find out what happens when you get past the middle of climbing the mountain. Now, the middle of climbing the mountain is always a difficult spot, because when you're starting up the mountain, you have lots of enthusiasm. When you're at the top of the mountain, you have a very good view and you're so excited that you made it. Halfway up the mountain is where a lot of people get stalled out. They look down and they say, oh my, I have come so far, but I'm not there. And they look up and they say, I have so far to go and I'll never make it. I'm just too tired. It's just not for me. I don't have what it takes. I realize that, or I think in my head, this guy made it, but it's not for me. So the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people, keep making an effort. So then what we do is we make an effort, we finally get to one where we realize that we've made progress and we have begun to get a result, a positive result. Matter of fact, it's come into an achievement. And so that gives us some hope. We say, hey, I have achieved something. Maybe it's something small. Maybe what we were hoping to achieve was too big of a goal. But we suddenly realize I'm on my way to the goal. I wanted to go to Florida. I can't make it to Florida all in one jump. I have to go through Murray, then I have to go through Clarksville, and then I have to go through Nashville, and on and on and down. And we began to identify the steps to achieve my goal. And so then when we get up in the morning, we say, what's the next step? We start to have some enthusiasm. Yesterday I made it to Murray. Today, I think I can make it to Katie's. And I don't have the resources to get all the way to Florida. I don't have the skills, but I'm on the way. And so we begin to break our big goal down into smaller goals, into things that, achievements and accomplishments. And so then we get this ball rolling. And so we have potential. We realize that. We put forth an effort. We get a result. And it results in an achievement, and we begin to believe. That's a very important one. So now we see the circle: potential, effort, efforts bring results, results bring achievements, achievements bring believing, believing brings this belief that I have a potential. Once you get that ball rolling, you're on the road. And guess what? There's more to it. So then you start saying, hey, I did that one. I can do another one. But I wonder what my real purpose in life is. Well, to me, it's logical that I'm a created being. If I'm created, there must be a creator. So, if there's a creator, and I'm part of his creation, wouldn't it make sense that I would connect with my creator and find out what my purpose is? So we're going to put in the middle there, connect with your creator. Now, there's people that say, I don't know if I believe in a God. That's okay. That's okay. But next time you're putting forth an effort and trying to get a result, and trying to get an achievement, just acknowledge that I am created. If there's a creator out there, help me. Reveal yourself to me. Show me what I should do. What's my purpose in life? I remember one time when I was at a really, really difficult place in life, and I was talking to a friend, and he said, well, what you need is a dream. And I said, I just don't have one. He said, if you have a dream or a goal, you can get through so many difficult things. And I said, I don't know what mine is. He said, it's very easy for me to see what your dream is. I said, okay, so tell me. He said, your dream is to make it to heaven and take as many people with you as you can. And I said, wow, it resonated with me. It resonates with me today. Now, you may have a different dream. You may dream to become the best bridge builder in the United States of America or in the world. You may dream to become the best corn farmer. And so you put up with all the distractions because you have a dream, you have a vision, you have a goal, and it can become your purpose. And it can be a God-given purpose because everyone has a purpose. Supposing you went to this motivational place and somebody gave a speech, but the floor was covered with litter, half the light bulbs didn't work, the bathrooms were filthy. Would you be motivated? No. There's people who have a purpose. They work behind the scenes. Lots and lots and lots of people work behind the scenes, doing their job. Now, let me tell you what happens. When you're working behind the scenes, you can either be self-motivated or you can be adding value motivated. So if I'm working for someone, I'm self-motivated, I'm thinking, how can I do the least and get the most? And that bleeds through. I could do this, but if I leave it, I'll still get the same pay. Then you have the people who have the adding value mindset. And they say, I could do this and I could do this. Now it's not required of me, but it would add value. And so when you get into the adding value mindset, you start to find your purpose, and you can have that purpose today. Even though you don't know what your life purpose is, you can have the purpose of adding value to others. Now, that is so important because who has ever said, well, I had to fire him, he was just adding too much value. It just wasn't working out very well. I sent him out here to do this job, and he did the job better than I expected. He did more than I expected. He connected with the customer, and I got a lot of repeat business, and he's just adding too much value. No, nobody ever says that. They says, man, I got to promote that guy. He's going to have to become my manager. I'm gonna add value to him. How many people said, well, I just had to divorce that guy. He's just adding too much value to my life. Man, he helped me with this and he helped. No, that never happens. It's the people who have the other mindset, the me first mindset, that end up with all the problems in life, that end up not making the circle, that end up not having the achievements, not believing in their potential, not putting forth an effort, and not learning from their results. And so today, I want to encourage you to make that your first purpose in life, just to add value. Connect with your Creator, however that works for you. For me, I read the Bible and I pray, but if you don't believe in God yet, I would just say, ask yourself, who is my Creator? Can I connect with Him? And will He help me to find my purpose? Because obviously, if He created me, He has a purpose for me. And so connect with your Creator. And what I've noticed is that people who are doing things, actually getting them done, not just talking about it, the world helps them. It's like everything falls into place. This person comes, this person comes, this person comes at exactly the right moment. Sometimes we have an inspiration to get started. We don't know how to do it exactly. We put forth an effort. And in the midst of that, somebody shows up and gives us the directions, the tools, whatever it is that we need to make the next step. And so one way you can add value is if this little video has helped you today, pass it on. Pass it on to the next person. And maybe it will inspire them that they can find their purpose in life. Okay, looking forward to another week when I can actually tell my story about going to Kenya. But in the meantime, have a good weekend.